We have Merab Dvalishvili versus Henry Cejudo. Merab is 16-4, 5-0 in his last five. He's coming off of that cardio dominance over Peter Yan. Henry Cejudo, Triple C, 16-3, 4-1 his last five. Came back after a super long layoff and retirement rather, and lost against a split decision against Aljamain Sterling there for the championship about 9 months ago. Moving on to the odds for this fight, we have Merab as a minus 224, opened up at a minus 160. And Gerard, I'll let you kick off the breakdown for this one. What do you think about Merab versus Henry here?
I like Merab here. He has that he's going to be relentless in the wrestling, and he has the volume, the cardio, the takedowns, but he doesn't really hold people down as much. I'm not sure if that's on purpose, that he just wants to wear on people, but uh fighters seem to be able to get back up when they're taken down by Merab. And he does shoot a lot here. And Henry Cejudo's kind of a strategist. And with every takedown attempt is always another opportunity to knee you to the face or something. Find catch Merab coming in. But the more I watch it, I see Merab's his shots for the takedown. It's pretty well covered behind his striking. So you can't always be able to time his shot to catch him coming in. So he's able to attempt 49 takedowns in a fight. Now that type of volume, I don't know if an older Henry Cejudo will be able to stop it. And I think maybe 3 rounds probably helps Cejudo more than Merab in this fight, just off of the pace that he's going to have to put to defend and find ways to catch Merab. But in my opinion, I'm going to go Merab decision in this fight. And yeah, I think Cejudo might just retire after this fight.
Yeah, I have similar thoughts to you with this fight. I mean, Merab is the king of cardio and pace. We saw what happened in that last fight, where I think he just set the record for all kinds of takedown attempts. You know, likes to really use high volume chain wrestling to outwork opponents. He always sticks to that game plan, just constantly shoots for takedowns and tries to hold you down or holding you against the cage. Like Gerard, you mentioned, he doesn't have the best top control or just control overall. He does let opponents back up at times, but even when they get back up, they just have to keep on defending the takedown attempts, and that's the kind of beauty in his game. He does have some unorthodox striking. Has a pretty famous kind of some spinning attacks at times. I think he used that spinning like a back fist to get into the UFC when he fought some I forgot that guy's name, but he was actually the kind of the person that the UFC really wanted to come in. But he knocked him out with a spinning back fist, and that's how Merab got his start in the UFC. Crazy durability. Has only been finished by sub by Ricky Simone, but that was a very controversial kind of ending, right? People thought that that might not have been a sub, and if it wasn't a sub, then he probably would have won that decision in that fight. So, fighting against Triple C, I mean, he's an Olympic wrestler who has that Olympic background, greatly improved his striking throughout his career. Really good 83% takedown defense as well, likes to shoot for double legs, single legs, scrambles and transitions well. Triple C striking he has power shots in his arsenal, likes to move around the cage and maintain range. He does have a nice quick leg kick, and he also likes to work with high pace and volume. I do think that that high pace and volume will be negated here by Merab just because Merab is he's probably the hardest worker in the UFC. You just see it with his output, right? I mean, he outworks you, out grapples you, good durability. And yeah, Triple C has talked about retirement, and as an old 135er. He's really just going against the odds here. So I'm full blown, full send Merab this week. I think he's going to be a parlay piece for me. Merab by decision. Um, the over could also look good, like Alex mentioned. But yeah, I do like the odds for Merab. He's a minus 224 right now. Open up at a minus 160. So, I think that those are still some decent odds from Merab. It is getting a little pricey. I mean, Triple C is very decorated, very good resume, but I do think Merab's just on another level as far as his hunger and his cardio and pace. So I'm going Merab here. And let me just check what the Merab by decision prop would look like because they just dropped today. So Merab by decision is actually minus 125. So I guess you get a little bit more better value, obviously, than playing his money line. So maybe that's something that we potentially could attack.